welcome to day 2 of our January challenge. If you're watching this video, it's because you consider yourself to be a more confident player. You've maybe been playing for a couple of years, or you have a good background knowledge that makes you feel able to tackle something and have a bit more in one go. So if that doesn't feel like you may, having watched this video, choose to go on to the other route through on this particular piece, which is more for people that feel a bit more beginnery or a little bit less confident. Okay, so we are looking at the Seal Lullaby, which is by Eric Whitacre, and we have a lovely arrangement for you by Lauren Scott. Those of you that took part last year in our January challenge will remember the Pure Imagination arrangement that Lauren did, so you'll know that you're in for a treat. I hope that you've had a chance to listen to a choir call recording of this piece, because that really sets the scene and will give you a great grounding to move into actually trying to play this piece, so that you can feel the way that the music wants to go, as though it's the voices soaring. Okay, so we have roughly 10 bars today in our first section, and I'm going to play them through for you, and then we'll have a little breakdown of what's going on there. And you'll notice at the end there that we had a pause symbol, and that's really, really vital. And if you have listened to the call recording of it, you'll have heard those elements, heard those points in the piece where it all just seemed to hang in the air before moving on. And tomorrow we'll move on. Okay, so we start both hands up in treble clef. We're on a nice D triad. I'm in C major here, by the way. No sharps, no flats. So we've got a nice D triad in both hands. The left hand is just above middle C, right hand an octave above. And we have this piano chord. So not too loud. Now to get that sounding great, really work on bending those fingers in and that thumb in. And we want to hear that top A. So when you play it, can you hear that A at the very top? And there's time to gently move ourselves ready. Left hand, the top two fingers are just going to move up, one to G and B. Right hand all the way up here to the B and D. Reaching down for a G there, so B, D, G. And then we jump down an octave for another D triad. So we're back, left hand's now back in bass clef. 2, 3. So they're almost a repeat of each other, those bars, okay? Moving on, the right hand is going to go C, B, A, G, and we can do that 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can get that nice and firmly on. Left hand is on A, E, C, and we've got these two quavers to the minim. So we've got a C against a B there. Could sound a bit clashy, but it's just a passing note through. Left hand goes to an E triad and plays the 3 and the 1 and 2, so you get that nicely placed. Okay, so if we just try those 2 bars, this is from the 4th bar on. So we're in 3, 4 here, da, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, so I'll count you in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's lovely, so you get that left hand really comfortable with having played that, moving straight into that E triad. Okay, top hand carries on and it goes E, G, and it's like it's leading somewhere. Where it's leading to is going to be taken over by that left hand. So we can just do that 1 and 2, 1 and 2 down there. So that's F and A to the E and the G. In the meantime, our right hand stays nearby, comes down to middle C, and we're just going to play 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. All that scale work you did yesterday, helpful for thinking about getting it back on to come back up, okay? And as we play that, the left hand's jump down low to an F and C, which we'll do 1 and 3 because it's a bigger gap, and then moves up 1. Nice nice and easy. So that lands with that lowest note of that top pattern. Okay, so if we just put that together, so we're going from bar 5, C, B, A, G, E, G, left takes over, ya da dee da dum. Okay, so right hand C, B, A, G, left hand on the A, E up to the C, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Getting ready. Okay. This section here is mezzo piano, which means it's a little bit louder than our opening section. Okay, a little bit further on. I almost stopped it there for today, but I wanted to get you to the pause. So we're going to, having gone C, B, A, B, C, we then leap up to another A, B, C up here. So your thumb was on the C there, it's going to be on the C here. There's your nice link there. And we're going to go A, B, your left hand had been down here on F and C, it's now on here on F and C. So we're going to go. Now, options up here. I would do C, B, A and fourth finger ready on the F. C, B, A, F, G. And then you can do that final G with your thumb. And that will work so long as you place it. So C, B, A, place your thumb on the G now. And then you use the strength from having been placed to then bend over and play a really beautiful G. Okay, if you come off, you're not going to get a good sound with your thumb. If that happens, I would play it with a finger 2. Okay, notes in isolation, we generally try and play with finger 2. It's our nice, strongest, most comfortable to use finger. But if you can, place the 1, 2, 3, 4 and move your thumb onto the G. And as we land on that final G, the left hand is on an E triad. And like it did in bar 6, you play the E and then the G and B together. So if I go from the beginning of bar 9, C, B, A, F, G, left hand is starting on F and C there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm smiling because having said all that about placing the thumb, I then didn't do it. So, one to work on. Let's do the note leading into that now, the beat leading into that. So this is the final beat of bar 8. So we're going to go A, B, C, B, A, F, G. Okay, so after a count of 2, okay, we'll come in at the end of bar 8. 1, 2. Okay, the eagle-eared among you will have noticed that I forgot to play my C in my left hand. Rather than suddenly throwing it in later, I just left it out. Having missed it, I allowed the melody to carry on, and then I just moved my hand down to where it was due next. Okay, so it didn't therefore detract from the piece. So that's the performance element. When you miss something out, don't try and add it in later because it's too late then. Just allow it to be gone and move on to what's next. Okay, so I'm going to play it all the way through from the beginning. And this kind of speed is actually the speed it wants to go. It doesn't really want to be very fast. It's marked up as a crotchet 69 to 72. I may be playing it at about crotchet 60 at the moment, which is a beat per second, partly because that's a very easy speed to feel. We're very used to the ticking of the clock. So I'm going to play it through from the beginning at that speed. And because you're very confident and competent, I'm not going to give you a separate play along for this. So it'd be worth marking what time this is at the moment on the video if you want to be able to come back in and just move the slider to there to join in again for playing through. So here we are from the beginning. I will give you a nice count in, a whole bar. We've got that D triad in both hands. We're starting quietly, and then when the melody, we're still in an introduction really here, but when the melody part starts to move in bar 5, we can be a little bit louder. Okay, beginning. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. And you can allow those last notes to really ring out. A couple of useful tips. When you have, for example, in bar 8, where your left hand suddenly got to go down low and play those 2 chords very close to each other, quite murky sounding, if you bring your hand a bit lower than the middle, so take your hand down below that middle line, that can be really helpful for cleaning up the sound there. So that's quite a useful thing to do. And just generally, this moving ahead all the time. Be careful if you can in bars 5 and 6. It can be very easy to sort of place the 1, 2, oh gosh, should have had my finger 4 on. So mark it in your part, get that block placing all the way from that C down to the G. So even though it goes over a bar line, make sure that you are getting all 4 fingers on ready, and then you're really secure. Okay, hope you're enjoying it. See you tomorrow. Well done.